Hello Simpilots, it's Mando. Today we will talk about something that might drastically change the way you fly. When I started to fly DCS, and especially the Mi-24, I learned the cold start procedure and practiced takeoff and landings like probably most of you guys. But that's only 10% of it, right? So, 10% of the mission, so what about the rest, the flying in between? So what we will talk about today is basic combat movement for helos. Basic combat movement in a helo will help you to engage the enemy more effectively. Of course, engagement, especially on PvP servers, are very dynamic, but nevertheless, your main focus for an engagement in general should always be to maintain control or regain control of the fight once you have lost it. And check target and going in with rockets. Basic combat movement comes into play when you are defending against a threat or engaging. Breaking left 270. It is not to be confused with method of attack or attack pattern, rather complementing those. If you think BCM, think pilot technique, something that comes before combat drills. Note that perimeters will differ from helo to helo when we start talking about BCM, but you will have a general understanding of how those maneuvers work when putting them into practice after this video. So let's go. There are different maneuvers, 5 of them we will look at today. Starting up with a break turn, combat turn, zoom climb, climbing turn, and dive. Break turn. I have the impression that the term break is pretty overused in the DCS community, and it should not be confused with a regular turn. A break turn is a maximum performance turn with a roll angle of 30 degrees or more to either break away from enemy fire or bring your weapons to bear on target immediately, or let's say as soon as possible. Therefore, a break turn is something where you would not want to sacrifice your speed. After all, speed is life and creates safety. So the last thing that we would want to do is to be the one-trick pony that sacrifices all our speed for a stall, just to be sitting in mid-air for a second and then, just to be a victim after that in an engagement. If no bearing or angle is given, a break turn usually is a 180-degree turn. As a reaction to enemy fire, you might want to pre-flare as well while braking, and keep in mind that depending on your airframe, your helo will begin to descend. If you roll too hard, you can counter this while putting in some more collective. Combat turn. A combat turn can be performed when re-engaging a target group after coming from a dive, for instance. The altitude will help you to get situational awareness and have an overview of the engagement area. A combat turn is also referred to as a climbing U-turn, with a pitch up to 30 degrees and a roll angle up to 45 degrees. Note that the harder the roll angle, the less you will climb. Pitching the nose more than 30 degrees up could end up in a stall. Avoid this at any cost. Watch your speed and you will lose quite a lot of it, and make sure, as a general rule, that your speed on exit should be above 100 kph. Zoom climb. A zoom climb is an aggressive climb that exceeds the maximum horizontal climb rate of the helo. The maximum pitch angle differs from the performance of each airframe, but in the Mi-24 you should not try to pitch more than 30 degrees up, because you will easily come into a stall and lose all your airspeed. As a recommendation, don't try to zoom climb below 200 kph in the height. Begin your recovery from a zoom after reaching an airspeed of 150 kph to 100 kph by vigorous deflection of the cyclic away from you. Climbing turn. A climbing turn is usually a zoom climb followed up by a turn. Like a zoom, recover from the climb between 150 and 100 kph, The recommended roll angle is 30 degrees after exiting the climb. You might have to put in slight collective to stay on level. Dive. Diving can be part of an attack or defensive maneuver. A dive, depending on your initial airspeed and altitude, should not exceed a negative pitch angle of 30 degrees. In the MR24, you will have to monitor your speed carefully and stay below 350 kph, since you will start to come into what is called a retreating blade stall, and you will lose control of your helo. If that happens, you will recognize it, and what you should do is cut the collective immediately and pull back the cyclic to recover before damaging the aircraft. Simpilots, that's it for today. I hope this helped. Let me know if that is the case and how the basic combat movement is affecting the way you fly, and maybe it improved your kill rate as well. So let me know. Enjoy. See you on the field.